See that pole over there? That's on the west side of your property. Okay, that's where your power comes from. But it comes underground, which is a good thing. As it comes over here, that's your electric meter. And your electric meter box should be sealed on 3 sides. But the point of all this is I understand why they put the swimming pool equipment here, out of the way. But you can't get to the meter. You should have a 36-inch unobstructed space in front of it. Of course, it should be sealed. Okay. And we are on the north side of the garage. And we move into the north side of the garage, past the door opener that doesn't work, been decommissioned. This is our load center. And we've got another load center, a second panel, that's going to be in the lawn sprinkler section because it is dedicated to the lawn sprinkler. So we're just going to go to section 6B and you'll see more of this type of stuff. And I'll be writing about this inside of the section 2A. Okay, I'll be writing about it in 2A, but the video will be in 6B. And so we've got a 200 amp square D load center, and I'm just going to start at the beginning. This is handwriting. You see where it says danger? Okay, that is printing. Handwriting, printing. The manufacturer and code, they're telling us that they want this information to be printed. Okay, and they're telling us that they want this information to be complete. See how it goes all the way down to the bottom here? It stops at 17 there. 17 is right about there. And so all these breakers right here, nobody has any idea what they're for. No idea. Now these are called cheaters. These are stackable breakers. These are allowed by this cabinet. Okay. Now I don't calculate loads, so I don't know if this cab is overstuffed, but these breakers are allowed. These little multis. But it's not labeled properly. In some places it's not even labeled at all. You shouldn't have a gap between the cabinet and the wall more than 1/8 of an inch. Okay, this box is designed to keep the fire in. Okay, and you see these curbs over here? Every single cabinet has it. What a waste of money. Think about scale. Thousands of cabinets stamped out a day with its extra plastic. It must mean something. It means that the manufacturer doesn't believe that these wires should be any closer to the cover than that curb. And they definitely don't believe that they should be touching the cabinet cover. If they become energized, the cabinet cover becomes energized. You touch the cabinet cover, you become energized. All right, come over here. The L1, L2, and your main neutral. All right, pretty simple operation. This knockout is for L1, L2, and your main neutral. And this knockout was for L1, L2, and your neutral. You have one back here if it needed to be. See these knockouts over here? That's for these wires. This is called bundling. This is called bundling. Wires are touching the cabinet cover. Okay, it's called the skin effect. It's called heat. It's wrong. It's wrong. And even the reference that I have baked into your report is somewhat apologetic. I hate discounting my work. If the builder built this one that way, you know they built that one that way, and so forth. You know, on and on and on, all the way to my house, which is not for sale. But that's bundling. Now when L1 and L2 come into the house, they're supposed to have rubber, neoprene, you know, non-conductive covers over them. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this box. I get that. But they're supposed to have covers just in case. You know, that's what you're supposed to have. And then our main neutral coming in, Okay, it's supposed to be wrapped with white tape so that any fool would know that that's a main neutral. And if you don't know that's the main neutral, again, you don't belong in this box, but these are supposed to be covered and that's supposed to be wrapped with white tape. That's just the way it is. Now coming across here, okay, see that wire right there? That's a white hot for the air conditioner. Okay, that's a white hot for the air conditioner. Perfectly acceptable if it's wrapped with black tape. If it's wrapped with black tape. If you don't know that's the white hot for the air conditioning system, again, do you really need to be in here? But for any fool, this is a safety precaution. That's supposed to be wrapped with black tape. Moving on along. Okay. Power comes out here, and usually power comes in here on these whites. These are whites. These are not white hots. These are white neutrals. There's another white hot. Okay. And white hots can come in, and I mean they should, your neutrals and your grounds, for reasons, you know, long explanations. They are supposed to be separated until they get to the cabinet, and then they're supposed to be married. And they have been joined together for the home run. Now there's different rules. Okay, for example, on your breakers, one wire, one nut, one. You do not double lug these. All right. They do make some brands. I get it. Plenty of room for discussion. I get that too. But no. One wire, one. That's for today. Now these two bus bars are joined up here with that green, and your grounds and your neutrals are coming together. Except, no longer do we have one wire, one. That's two neutrals with one lug. Okay, three neutrals with one lug. Two neutrals with one lug. Okay, two neutrals with one lug. No, that's not acceptable. You have plenty of lugs up here to separate them. They don't belong together. They belong on the same bar. They belong with the grounds, and they belong. Everything is fine, but these carry current on a regular basis. These coppers are only on an emergency, so you're allowed to double lug a copper. And no, you're not allowed to double lug a neutral. If you turn the switch on, this gets hot. You turn the switch off, this doesn't. Okay, this turns off, but you know, that's still hot. But anyway, now you're allowed to double lug the grounds because they only carry energy on an emergency basis. They don't carry it on a routine, regular basis. So you're allowed to double lug them. You're not allowed to triple lug neutrals. I mean, you know, allowed is kind of a, how shall I say the term? I mean, it happened. I can't say they can't do it because they did, but they shouldn't have triple lugged the grounds. They shouldn't have double and triple lugged the neutrals. They shouldn't have. Now the bonding location you're going to find in the water heater video is on the cold water side of the water heater, but it should be labeled inside of this cabinet. Now most electricians come in here and they're going to know that that's hot, they're going to know that that's the neutral, they're going to know not to touch that, and they're probably going to, for their first guess, their very first guess, would be go to the water heater to find the neutral. But like these things, it's a safety issue, and they did not label it. They simply did not label it. So, let's see. What did we learn? Okay, we got another one here. I can't find the grounding rod. Maybe I'll find it in the swimming pool video when I do the sub-panel video. But we've got one ground. And in 2020, one ground was acceptable. But it's a safety issue. And we should have two grounds within 6 feet of each other. We got our bond to the water heater, and that no doubt goes to some kind of a grounding wire. But, you know, our bonding location is not labeled. And we only have one single ground. Our bonding location is not labeled, and we only have one single ground. So what do we learn? Not properly labeled. Gaps too large. Bundling. Neutral not labeled. No protective booties. White hots. Double lug grounds. Triple lug, double lug neutrals. Triple lug grounds. Bonding location not labeled. Wires too close to the cabinet. Touching the cabinet. Bundling.